Well, happy Thursday, all you walking Bibles out there, walking, talking, living, loving, laughing, singing Bibles out there. It's me again. I didn't expect to see you this soon, but evidently things are getting urgent. I've got a sense of urgency in my spirit, and I had another dream a couple of nights ago, night before last, and I've been trying to get it recorded ever since. I was up about 1 a.m. this morning, and I just put some thoughts down and looked up a couple of scriptures so I could, and had hoped to record it last night, but anyhow, I didn't get it done. So I'm trying to get it done now. I'm headed out to register Cynthia's car and visit on a preacher friend of mine who was in the ER last night. So I wanted to do this right quick so I can get it off of my mind and get it out of the urgent section of my spirit. But anyhow, the dream that I had for some reason gone and rented a motel room. Not a hotel, a motel. A no-tell motel. And it was like any other motel, or most motels I've been in. It's just one long room, and got a bed as you come in, and a table, and a chest of drawers, and then you go down to the bathroom and the closet. So it's that same way. So I went in and I closed the door and locked it, and I changed into my pajamas. And I was tired, and I laid down to rest, but closed my eyes, and I heard someone in the room. So I opened my eyes, and there was someone in the room. And wasn't anybody special, but I didn't understand how somebody got in my room. And the room started getting bigger as all of this started happening. It was just enlarging, getting wider, not getting any different, just wider and longer. But anyhow, this person was in my room, so I got up and I changed back into my street clothes and packed my bags, and I checked the front door, and the door was unlocked. And so I looked around, and there was more people in the room, including this Russian man. And I don't know why he was Russian. He was just a rough-looking mobster type, but he was very friendly, nice and friendly, and talking and laughing and everything. But I couldn't figure out how these people were getting in my room. And next thing I know, I looked up, and there was a couple of doors up in the right-hand corner of the room with staircases leading down. There was people coming through those doors and coming down into my room, so I decided I was gonna take my luggage and check out, get out of this place, and because I didn't know these people, and so I went up to and as craziness would have it, the office to check out was in my room off to the left side. So I went over there, and I said, I want to check out. And the lady said, well, it'll be $30. And I said, well, I only got 20. And I said, I'll have to give you a credit card. So I handed her the credit card, and then I was talking to that Russian guy, and he said, I looked back at my wallet, and all my credit cards and my money was gone. And I said something to the lady, the cashier, and I said, where did all my stuff go? And the Russian guy says, you're being cheated, you're being robbed, don't you know that? And he laughed. And so I said, well, I'm gonna get out of here, for I got nothing left. And I took my empty wallet, and I reached down to pick up my my suitcase, and my suitcase was gone. And that Russian guy was standing there laughing, and he's saying, you're being robbed, don't you know that? And so my suitcase was gone, so I said, well, I'm going to go get in my car and get out of here. And so I went out to get in my car, and my car was gone. And the Russian guy says, well, your car's gone, let me have your keys. So I handed him my keys, and I woke up. That was the end of the dream. And and at first I thought, well, this isn't a spiritual dream. This got nothing to do with spirituality or the world or whatever. And but the Lord let me know that it did, and He let me know that what the dream was trying to tell me, and what He wanted me to relay out on a recording, on a recording is that we have to secure our houses. People of God, we've got to secure this house. We've got to make sure that this house is secure, that there's not any unknown or hidden access to this old house. And that's what that dream was trying to tell me. And there was a sense of urgency about it, that the people of God need to understand that their house has got to be secure. They cannot have anything in their life that would allow the enemy to come in. Because what does the enemy do? He robs, he steals, he destroys, he kills. And I believe that the ultimate goal of that Russian guy was to kill me. But I just got out of there and gave him my car keys and left and woke up. But we've got to understand the urgency. If there's anything, we cannot have little hidden things in our life that we think that the Lord don't know about. We have to achieve genuineness of faith. And there's a scripture, I didn't look it up, but there's a scripture that talks about genuineness of faith. And the genuineness of faith is faith without hypocrisy. There's nothing hidden. There's no secrets. There's no secret way to get in, no secret entrance or exit to get into this old house. So, and what the two scriptures that I wanted to attach to this vision, the first one is Luke 12:39. And it says, but understand this, if the owner of the house, and I believe this is what makes this urgent. This is why they've got this sense of urgency in my spirit for the people of God to raise your gaze, to look up, to stop focusing on the minuscule, the static is what I'm going to call it. You know how the TVs used to go off the air at 12 midnight, and there was nothing but static. When you turned it on or changed the channel, it was nothing but static. And that's the Lord saying, all this stuff, all these little things going on in the world are static. They're there to hypnotize you, to draw your attention, to keep your attention focused on that instead of the thief that's trying to rob, that lion that's going about as a roaring, or the devil that's going about as a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. But Luke 12:39 says, but understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. It's very important that you and I know what hour it is, and that our houses are secure, because 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be alert, be sober, be alert, be sober, be alert, and cautious at all times, that the enemy of yours, the devil, prowls about like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. And that's what, if we don't focus, if we don't raise our gaze, if we don't focus on the right things, being a talking Bible's not enough anymore. You've got to be a walking Bible. Talking Bibles are people who talk about the Lord and talk about loving Him, love the man, big man upstairs, and all this, but their Bible is hardly ever opened, and their lives haven't changed all that much. Or maybe there's a bunch of stuff in their life that if the Lord were to come, He would not be pleased with. But it is very urgent. Things are transpiring. Things are changing very, very fast. I've got this feeling in my spirit. It's a feeling of urgency, and whenever the Spirit begins to move within me, it is a sudden and a very strong emotion, a very strong moving of my spirit and my my soul, and understanding, and that feeling of urgency. This thing is winding down quicker than we think. You know, if you look at it right, the world hasn't changed all that much, you know, especially for believers who live an abundant life. But the Lord does not want us to be deceived about the day and the hour that we're living in. And we cannot allow there to be open doors, unlocked doors, open windows, secret entrances into our house where the enemy can gain access to our house and rob us and steal from us and ultimately kill us. So I wanted to get this recorded in an urgent manner. I had one other message about artificial intelligence that I wanted to record, had planned to record before this, but that was before this. I had this dream. So please, people of God, have your ears on, get your ears on, and raise your gaze and secure your house. Okay, love you. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. And be alert. Be sober. Be cautious. Because the devil wants to devour you.